Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Psychic Samira, and in today's reading we're gonna look at how are they feeling about you. So this will be a pick a card reading. You can choose stack number 1 or stack number 2. Please use your intuition to choose your stack. And if you chose stack number 1, this is the reading for you. How are they feeling about you? They definitely think about you at night. Something has happened between you two, maybe a fight, that they didn't say something important. They withheld the truth. I feel like about how they truly feel about you. They do have feelings for you, but I feel they could have hid those feelings. Let's say you said, this is it, it's enough, you're not showing up, and I'm just gonna leave. You don't value me, I'm just gonna leave. And instead of saying, I do value you, I do want you in my life, I want to change, they just stayed silent. They didn't say, or they began to defend themselves. So their ego took over and did not allow them to be emotionally vulnerable. So this is keeping them up at night. And this doesn't have to be one fight. It could have been, a number of things that happened and where they just didn't speak how they truly felt. They didn't say something that could have helped. And this is keeping them up at night. They feel like they lost something important. They lost an opportunity. They lied about how they felt. They did not expose how they felt, which led to this change, to some kind of, this is a death card, some kind of change. Maybe the connection ended. I'm reading here on the card, his left. So maybe they left or you left. And it's almost like, deep down they felt that wasn't right, that wasn't necessary, but their ego did not allow them to be vulnerable. They might actually have that fear of not being good enough, maybe fear of abandonment. So they felt like, if you are leaving, then leave. I'm not gonna try and keep you try and stop you because you want to leave, because maybe you don't love them. But I feel like deep down they know that is not the case. We have Temperance. They might be a Libra, and they try to pacify these thoughts. They try to kind of brush them off. They try to not stop thinking about this and move on with their life, but it is there. It is there in their conscience. It is there. They try to lie to themselves. They don't feel like themselves anymore. They feel really stuck in this situation, dreaming about changing things, dreaming about bringing this back, this relationship back, reviving this relationship, but they feel overwhelmed. Maybe they have a lot going on in their life and they just kind of feel overwhelmed. What else do we need to know about how they are truly feeling? I heard March, April, December. We have 4 of Wands, Hangman reverse, so there can be an opportunity for reconciliation March, April, December. The High Priestess, if you want to manifest them back into your life, maybe pray and ask the universe, ask whatever you believe in, if they're meant to be in your life, for them to come through. We have the card of victory, so if they are, but they need to do the work in order to come back into your life. They need to do the work. This is their lesson. This is their task. They need to do the work. They need to choose love over ego. And you are being advised not to force anything and not to settle for less. Don't take them in if they have not done the work, because this is just going to perpetuate the pain. This issue with their ego, with them being afraid to be vulnerable, is just going to come up again and again and again and hurt you. It is the divine will is for them to do the work, to show up properly. Don't force this. You can have this strong desire to have them back in your life, but you're meant, if you choose to be in alignment with the divine will, if you choose the highest path, just stay present. You can pray and ask if they are meant to come through, for the divine to guide them to you, and just, be in your power, stay in your power. So this is your message. This is how they feel about you. If this resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated. Thank you so much for watching, for being here, for commenting. I read your comments. I try to respond to them. Thank you so much for being here. And let's move on to the stack number 2. Stack number 2. How are they feeling about you? I feel like they're being focused on something else. We have the Moon, Nine of Wands. I feel like they kind of switch their focus to not deal with their emotions. They're not mature enough emotionally to deal with their emotions. Definitely not an Emperor. Somebody who potentially lives in their mind and kind of chooses to get distracted. This can also speak about you. You don't process your emotions. You try to avoid processing deep and difficult emotions. You just distract yourself and kind of try and avoid negative emotions and feelings that you don't like. This makes it impossible for you to process through what needs to be processed, because difficult emotions are there to teach us about something. They're there to reveal some important truth for us. They're there they're meant for us to learn from. And just switching from one thing to another one might alleviate the discomfort, but it prevents you from learning. It prevents you from learning what you must learn, so you just keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again. And you might not be aware of this right now, but with time this might become apparent. It is in your best interest to learn from difficult emotion, because sooner or later, what I see here, and this might be about you or about them, sooner or later these emotions that are being suppressed and ignored, they're gonna surface. And they just might as well come in the form of this huge wave of emotion if they have been continuously dismissed and avoided. And that's gonna be a crisis. That's gonna be a crisis. So this is somebody who doesn't have the emotional maturity. Again, they can be young. They don't have to be young. Some people who are, older people might have this issue as well. Never learned to take responsibility, never learned to take accountability and work with their emotions. They might be somebody who goes around, causes a lot of heartbreak, only thinking about themselves, being in their ego, only thinking about their own pleasure, their own satisfaction, and just causing a lot of heartbreak. This is negative karma. This is gonna come back. This will come back and will have to be dealt with, will have to be experienced, will have to be processed. We have the Sun reversed. So yeah, if this person mistreated you, you need to know that their karma is coming. Their karma is coming, might not be right now, might take some time. The divine is almost like allowing them, trying to see how far they will go. But they will get what they deserve eventually. Not as a punishment, but just as a natural consequence, Everything in this world, whatever you give out, will come back sooner or later. And they will not be able to run forever. They might not understand this. They might, feel like it might look like they're living their best life, but their karma is coming. Definitely. And if this is you need to start learning. You need to start. Life is not only for pleasure and for feeling good. Life is for learning, especially as it relates to other people. If you have been disregarding other people and just using other people for, to feel better, to distract yourself, this is very dangerous, and you need to understand that. It's time to learn to take responsibility. It's time to learn to not only take, but give back. This is in your best interest to do so. Something else that you need to know about how they feel about you. Page of Wands. I feel like you were too complicated for them. Let's say if your relationship started with them and they just fumbled and left and ran away, you were too complicated for them. They like somebody easier, again, because they do not like to take responsibility. And deep down, I feel like deep down, there is that fear, there is that low self-esteem, that they're just, again, trying to, fear of failure is what I'm hearing. They're just trying to run away. They run away from a difficult task because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of failure. They're afraid of negative emotion. They do not know how to deal with negative emotion, so they're afraid and they're just keep running away, distracting themselves, and this is gonna come back. This will come back. They need to learn, or you need to learn. Start learning and analyzing and retrospecting and changing, okay? Changing to and seeking greater balance and fairness and equal give and take and responsibility and accountability and respect, mutual respect. So this is what you need to know about how they feel about you. If this message resonated, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if this resonated, and if you want to share your story, I love to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching, for being here, and bye bye. Oh, and if you want to get a personal reading, you can find a link for that in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.